Alright guys, in this video I will give you 5 of my money principles that helped me grow as a person. I moved to Dubai when I was 18 years old. I became a multi-millionaire when I was 19 years old, and I'm going to show you exactly what principles I followed to achieve this life. Now, what I want you to understand is, most probably if you're watching this now, you are in a painful position. Why? Because I'm talking to entrepreneurs. At least that is my goal. In order to become an entrepreneur and to say, hey, I don't want to be average, you will get a lot of hate. You will get a lot of people telling you, no, this is not the way to go, and they want to keep you in one position. After this video, I hope to give you enough principles to fight for your own, to become better as a person and to grow. So, if you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and let's get started. Principle number 1. Be a real gardener instead of proving to everyone that you are one. What I mean with this, we have one gardener who tries to show everyone that he has nice flowers. He wants to show everyone that he is a gardener. So what does he do? He grows his first flower. And right when the flower is almost grown, he cuts it off. Why? Because he wants to show it to everyone out there that he is a gardener. So he takes that flower and he goes to everyone. No one is really impressed. Why? Because he comes just with one flower and it isn't even really finished. Because the flower wasn't finished because he cut it off quickly, it couldn't drop the seeds to make more flowers. When I'm looking at when my success came, was when I said to myself, okay, I have to prove it to absolutely no one. I just need to focus on letting one flower grow. That one drops the seeds for the other ones. And then I basically need to wait until I have a full garden. Once I have a full garden, the people will come from itself. That is something that is the most important one. Don't prove it to anyone. Just build it in silence and people will notice. Okay? That's a very, very, very important one. Now, when I'm looking at people in the beginning stages of entrepreneurship, they make $1,000, they make $10,000, and with that money, they are trying to prove to other people that they are an entrepreneur now. And they're buying all kinds of stupid stuff. Don't do this. Use the capital, grow it, because that capital are your seeds, like the other flower, to make even more, to build a better garden, until you can build a life that people look up to, instead of justification. A lot of people, they use their 14-day vacations in a year to prove other people that they have a nice life. No. Try to build the highest quality daily life. That's the most important thing. Now we move on to number 2. What I sometimes see is people who look down to other people who are doing less good. So for example, someone walks on the street and he sees a homeless guy and he starts laughing, or he starts pointing at him like he is not at the same level. I want you to understand this. Most people are 1 or 2 paychecks away from poverty. Yes, 1 or 2 paychecks. They rent a house, they have some bills, and what happens is they don't get the next paycheck. Can they pay the rent that month? No, because they didn't save anything and the money is gone. Now, what happens is the next month, exactly the same thing happens. They don't get their paycheck. What will happen now is they cannot pay the bills and this and this and this. Usually, you have 15 days to pay everything. Now they are at a position where they need to sell their stuff, okay? Always be humble, because you never ever know how your life turns. You need to create a fuck you money back in order to overcome this. Build up savings for at least 6 months so you can have freedom of thinking. So you don't have to rely on a job or anything else. Have 6 months of savings, so even if you don't get the next paycheck, you are safe. I call this the fuck you money back. That is the only way to feel actual freedom. Now, how do we calculate this fuck you money back? It's simple. You're taking all of your monthly expenses and you do this times 6. If you have that in savings, you are safe for the upcoming 6 months to figure out what you want to do. Now, number 3, the only way to overcome fear is by facing the reality. I had a lot of fear in my life. I lost two of my fathers, my biological father and my stepfather who raised me. And I woke up every single day with fear that they might die. Until it actually happened. And this is something that I always say, that is the most relieving moment out there if your biggest fear actually happened. This is something you won't really understand once the fear is in front of you. I went to the psychologist and he said the only way to understand your fear and to overcome it is by already accept the possible outcome. Because if you did this, now you can build a life away from it. Now you can build a life around it. If you have any fears at the moment, and I know that if you're watching this, you have one, make sure for yourself that you face it, okay? Let's say that fear, it happens. What are you going to do now? Have a plan B ready. Just in case it happens, that you know directly what to do. That you're not, oh no, well, what do I need to do now? No, have it ready. I lost $2.4 million in a day, and I wasn't prepared for that. If I was prepared for it, I would have made it back even quicker. But because I wasn't, it took a bit longer for me. What I do now, every single worst case scenario idea in my head that I have, I already built an entire plan around it to overcome it. This is one of my best and most important principles. So take that one with you. Now that brings us to number 4. And number 4 is an interesting one. And that is that I want you to embrace the pain. I want you to embrace the hustle. If you are currently in a tough position, if you are currently having a hard life, that is where the growth comes from. So if you're currently in a position where you are with your back against the wall, I want you to understand that is made for you. So you are going to find opportunities out there. That is the only way to become stronger. A lot of people, they always ask God to become stronger, but then when God throws a life lesson at them, they ignore it and they call life hard. You need to understand the only way to learn in life is to go through hardships, face it, and learn from those lessons. If you are currently in a position where you are hustling hard or where you are in a painful position, try to make the best out of it. Because one day you will be the guy who faced all of those things and you will be happy that you had a hard life. When I'm looking at my upbringing, growing up, for example, with a drug addict as a father, or I had to care for my entire family of 5 since I was 16 in a financial way, even though it was very hard at those moments and I cried a lot about it and I thought that life was very unfair, I'm the most happy guy ever now that actually happened to me. Why? Because it made me the man that I am today. Yes? And that is why I can make this YouTube video and tell principles and people actually listen. Because I achieved stuff. I would have never ever sit here with my in my 100k car with my watch on the way to a king suite in the Four Seasons if I wouldn't have such a tough upbringing. But because I had this and I faced all of those roadblocks, I learned a lot from the world. And this is something that you can do as well. See all of your hardships in life and overcome them to become smarter in the world. Now, principle 5 is about giving. And it's basically about the more you give, the more happy you will be. But the more of the reality you will see as well. If you are a generous person and you are giving away a lot, then you most probably sometimes have the feeling that people are pretty selfish because you gave them a lot and they didn't do anything in return. Now this is the thing. I want you to understand that from now on, you only should give and expect nothing in return. If you give something and you expect something in return, you didn't give it, but you are trading something. Because you are waiting for them to give something back. So it's not a gift, it's a trade. Now the beauty of this is that you can see the beauty of people. Some people, you can give them everything in the world and they are not satisfied. While other people, you just give them a YouTube video like this and my DM explodes with how happy they are and how thankful they are and all of the stuff. I want you to understand, learn to give to people who feel grateful. You don't have to expect anything in return, but by giving a lot, you will learn how this works. Again, the more you learn this, the more you are going to give away, the less you expect, the more you will feel the energy of giving towards people. And this is just something that I really love to do. Okay? Guys, this was the video. I hope you liked it. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Ciao, ciao.